Welcome to Life Happens with Bahati Joyce. We have Brenda here with us, and she's going to tell us her story. Brenda, you are very welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bahati. Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I love your hair. I mean, I can see, you know, you're blessed.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank
so what inspires you about natural hair?
I just have the passion for natural hair. I love to see women in their natural hair and not with their hair relaxed up ends.
Okay. And where did this journey begin, your journey of natural hair?
It started in 2009, whereby I met a lady. She was from America, and she was doing her baby's hair, and she was twisting it with some natural oil. And I was like, what are you doing? And she told me that it's a new way of doing natural hair because most people tend to perm it. So there's a different way. And I was like, I'm interested. So she gave me a link to YouTube of this lady called Love Naturals, and then that's where I began learning the whole journey.
Wow.
How to take care of natural hair.
So before you had relaxed hair?
No, not at all.
You've never had relaxed hair?
Never.
Why is that?
I think God just put something in me. I've always been anti-relaxing natural hair.
Really?
Yes.
But why? What is it that you were so against when it came to perming or relaxing hair?
I'm not quite sure it was. It was just...
Is it something in you?
It was just inborn, like, no, you
Wow.
should just have your own natural hair. Why should you perm it?
Right. So you started your natural hair from the get-go.
Yes.
And then, yes, go ahead. Tell me.
Actually, I've never had my hair on because I went to boarding schools, whereby you don't have your hair on. You have to cut it short.
Wow.
So
yeah,
I had my
true.
hair on when I was at Mzumbe University, 2009. Yeah, sure.
So you had your hair cut the whole time in high school. So
yeah.
Mzumbe University is the first time you're growing out your hair.
Yeah,
And
sure.
what inspired you now to start this natural hair journey?
So after I went through YouTube, I realized that I realized the benefits of having natural hair, the health benefits, and I started twisting my own hair as well. Just from the lessons I learned on different articles from the internet. That's what inspired me, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
And this is, would you say this is a passion? Would you say it's a calling?
It's both a passion and a calling.
It's both a passion and a calling.
Yes,
That's
sure.
amazing. Man, I have my own journey with my hair. I've been like, obviously I've not reached your heights yet. But I think maybe let's even talk about that. I've had this journey myself. I stopped relaxing my hair, partly because, girl, as you can see, I have thin hair, right?
Sure.
I've always loved that kind of thick afro
volume.
And then there was a time where relaxing hair and having the weaves and the wigs were the thing, and then now this whole natural hair movement came about.
Yeah.
So sometimes it feels like it's just a hype. Could you talk more about what exactly does it mean to take care of natural hair, or to have, you know, this natural hair trend?
Actually, I would say first it's hard work.
Okay,
because
that's true.
Our African hairs are kinky and they tend to tangle a lot, especially when they start growing so long. So it's something that needs a lot of patience. Money too. But I think you can try natural means if you don't have money.
Okay.
And you can do so well.
Okay.
I know a few people who do that, but it needs time. It consumes time and money as well, because you know you can spend that time doing other things.
Right. We'll get more into the natural alternatives, the more affordable ways, because I think that is one of the myths.
Yeah.
You know, even for me, before I began this whole natural hair, so for me, I'll do now protective hairstyles.
Okay.
I haven't relaxed my hair in over 10 years. I cut it off, started over, partly because of the thin hair. If I relax it, it's then too thin.
It's too thin, yeah, sure.
But then I also realized my hair wasn't growing healthy. Because I was trying to do hairstyles that are more Western in terms of, that were the trend at the time in terms of the weaves. And, you know, there was this time they had the whole Rihanna thing, the bang, and all of those things really just damaged my hair.
Absolutely.
So what do you think about natural hair being tied to our identity as Africans?
Well, I think it speaks more of our black roots,
Okay.
if you know what I mean. And it also gives us confidence that we are beautiful the way we are.
Black is beautiful the way you are. Have you ever faced any prejudice because of your hair your hair type. I've read these kind of things on the internet where people don't get interviews and things like that. Have you or the people that are in your community faced anything like that?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
Could you tell me about that?
Yeah, sometimes like when you go to work, you'll be told like, no, you put on twists and they're like, no, you're rough. You need to go and do your hair.
Girl.
Yes. And they expect you like, when you come in with a weave, oh, okay, you're smart now.
What?
Yeah.
So this is a reality.
It's a reality, sure. And it's happening in different offices. Even I think, yeah, in different offices, I think.
Even here in Tanzania?
Yeah, definitely in
You
Tanzania.
walk in.
We have a lot of customers who come in and they're like, no, this style is, I cannot have this style in the office.
Wow.
I need to do something else.
You have to change this style, this natural twist that you have. It's not acceptable professionally.
Not acceptable. It looks like
it's rough.
It's rough.
So we really need to redefine our look as Africans. What do you think the problem is there?
I think it's the colonial mentality, I would say. So I think whatever the whites did to us, it has strong roots in such a way that even we ourselves, Africans, don't accept our fellow Africans to be in a particular look or something.
Right, because I'm thinking some of those offices are being run by Tanzanians.
Absolutely.
And yet you will see a fellow African come in and you'll be like, no, that hair is rough.
Yeah.
Something is wrong with our mentality.
Something is wrong.
We need to decolonialize. Something else I'm particularly interested in. Okay, so for me, for example, I'll wear wigs. I don't do the flat irons. I don't do the
blow dries,
the blow dries, or even the hair bond, and because it really damaged my hair. I'll do the wigs because taking care of my natural hair is hard work. So I'll do the wigs. I'll do the protective hairstyles. So when we're gonna go on a break, but when we come back, I want us to dive into the more technical stuff because I feel like a lot of women out there need to just know how to take care of the hair. We'll talk more about that when we come back from the break. We are going to go on a quick break. We're here on Life Happens with Bahati Joyce talking all about natural hair. So stay tuned. Welcome back to Life Happens with Bahati Joyce. Today, we are talking about the natural hair journey. I'm here with a woman who is running her own natural hair business. So, Brenda, we were talking about the colonial mindset of natural hair.
Sure.
You are a businesswoman. You now have several stores and salons that are doing natural hair, and you're helping so many women. So I want to hear that journey. I want to hear about your business. How did you get this idea and where did it start from?
Like I told you, after I met this lady, I went around in Tanzania looking for natural hair products, specifically in Dar es Salaam. And there are 2 shops that were selling natural hair products by then. But then most of these products didn't have the right mix of whatever they write in the ingredients. And I was like, they never made any choice. They never made any difference on my hair. So I told my boyfriend by then, like, hey, I think I'm going to start my own natural hair business, or I'll open up my shop later. So after that, I stayed like 3 years later. I went to the UK and I did my master's.
Wow.
So when I was doing my master's, I did a business plan on how to make natural hair products in Tanzania.
So you did your master's in business computing, and for your business plan, you wrote about natural hair.
Yes, we had a module called Business and Entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Yeah. So on that module, I did my business plan, how to make natural hair products in Tanzania.
Wow.
Yeah. So after a year later, I was still in the UK looking for jobs, and I didn't get any. And then God returned me back to my dream, making natural hair products. So I started researching, going through articles and reading books. And then later I was like, oh, I can start from my kitchen. That's when I started making natural hair products.
Wow.
So my first product was whipped shea butter with an essential oil, and that's it. And then I started making a leave-in conditioner, which is now called the Intensive Hydrating Hair Cream.
Wow. All these products are currently in your shop.
Yes.
They started in your kitchen.
Yes.
Girl, that's amazing.
Thank
so,
you.
okay, just going back to there's some very interesting details right there. Why did you end up doing your master's in business computing?
After I finished my university, my my bachelor degree at Nzumba University, I went to work at Barclays. So when I was in Barclays, I was like, no, I need to do some business later in life.
Okay.
So I had to push myself to go and do my master's.
In business?
Yes.
Wow.
That's why I did a master's connected to my degree.
But why computing? Where did the IT come from?
Because I did a bachelor degree in information, communication, and technology management.
Way. Wow.
Yes.
So your entire background is technical.
Yes.
And then now you're all into beauty and natural hair.
Yes.
Wow, okay. So now we follow your journey. You've done your master's in the UK.
Yes.
You've, have your master's in the bag. And what kind of jobs were you looking for? Were you looking for IT jobs?
Yes.
Okay. And what was that experience? Take me now to the place where you decide to go through and start Natural Desire, which is your very successful business.
So as I looked for jobs, I ended up getting nothing at all. And you could always tell that there was a wall. Like there was no progress at all. Traveled to different states in the UK, but with no avail. So later on, I used to do some fasting and praying a lot.
Right.
And then one day, I started connecting dots. I saw that there's a movement in Tanzania, and I was also doing my hair sometimes. So I started inspiring people on Instagram.
Okay.
Yes. I'll do my hair, and then I'll share it on Instagram. And then I had a sister of mine. She opened a group called I Love My Natural Hair. And then she told me, Brenda, can you help these people, please? So she added a lot of people because she knew I loved natural hair.
Right.
Yes. So I started inspiring people and helping people there while I was making my natural hair products on the side.
Wow.
Yes. And then that's when the idea came to open up a company.
No.
Yes. And then
So from
Natural Desire came in.
the social media free consultation you're giving to making your own products in your kitchen counter.
Yes.
Help some other entrepreneurs who are watching. How did you practically now take that passion and knowledge and turn it into a business?
I made a product, and then as I was making these products, I went to a different state and I met my uncle there, and I showed him the product, and he's like, Brenda, this product is naked. Why doesn't it have a label? Because he's a business person. It's like, no, this is business. You can do this. I mean, So later on, my auntie, who is his wife, was like, Brenda, I need shares in your company.
Wow.
Yes. She used the product after a week and her hair was so moisturized. She's like, Brenda, I like this product.
Wow.
Can I have shares in your company? And I was like, okay. So we started making up the name.
Right. Wait, by this time, you haven't even gotten a name. You haven't registered a business.
We had a name already.
You had a name?
Yes, we had a name, but it was in Swahili. It was called Fahari.
Okay.
And my uncle was like, no, that's a Swahili name.
Yeah.
He was like, no, come up with something else.
Wow. So your uncle and your aunt are the ones who kind of helped you start up this.
And every time I always tell my dad about my ideas, he was like, speak to your uncle. Because he always felt like my uncle had something to give to me because he was a business person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So the push came through his wife as well later.
Yeah.
And she's now part of us.
Amazing.
Thank you.
So with Natural Desire, tell me about your business. What is the vision? How many people do you have working with you guys right now? What do you guys do? How do you help women grow in their natural hair journey?
So the vision is to entirely change mindsets of women to believe in themselves that they're beautiful and to keep their hair natural.
Wow.
So we expect women to turn from relaxed to natural, or children to always love the fact that
natural hair.
They have
so you guys are converting people.
And I've seen a lot of people come into the office. They're like, I've been watching you for a long time. Me and my sister for a year now, and now we've changed.
Wow.
We've now gone natural. So I'm like, oh, so it's helpful.
Right.
Yeah.
You're turning people natural.
Turning people natural.
And tell me now about the business. How does it work? How many people do you have working for you? How big are the stores? Where are the stores?
Our first store is in Duffy Market.
Okay.
We started on the ground floor, and then later we expanded on the ground floor as well. And then we opened up at Tegeta. And Tegeta has grown from where it was. We moved to Kibo Complex.
Wow.
Yeah, so at Kibo Complex we have around 20 to 35 ladies
What?
Yes, doing natural hair.
Wow. So at just Kibo Complex in Tegeta, you have 35 staff.
Yes.
Okay. And at Darfree Market?
At Darfree Market now we've expanded to the first floor, and we have around the same number, 35.
30 to 35. Okay.
Yes.
And do you have any other stores?
We have now in Arusha,
Okay.
where Arusha has around 15.
Holy moly. This lady. You look small and humble, but my God. She's a boss lady. You have 60, 75 people working for you, Brenda. That's amazing. I want to know more about this story.
Well, I would say patience, persistence, and prayers.
Wow. Patience, persistent prayers.
Yes.
You should be a motivational speaker. I'm so inspired. Triple P will package it.
Thank you.
So there are a lot of young people watching this right now. One, you find nowadays young people are struggling between passion and, I don't know if it's to say parents or society, expectations. You know what I mean? You started off in computing.
Yes.
And these are things we were told. If you're not a doctor, you're an engineer.
Yeah,
if you're not an engineer, you're a pilot. If you're not a pilot, you're a teacher. That, as generally African parents, that was it. So you got into IT and then you discovered your purpose halfway. Yeah. What gave you the boldness to, one, pursue your purpose, and then give us some of these practical tips, you know, how, step by step, how did you go from idea to successful business?
Well, I would say I'll first stick to persistence, because I always felt that that's the thing that I really wanted to do, natural. I mean, I didn't see myself doing anything. So like I told you, when I came back, I was like, what am I going to do in Tanzania? So by then I came back, we already opened the company, but it was just on a name, you know. And then I had bought a few products and I was selling them, but they're not my products.
Okay.
I was still on a journey, all right? So when I got here, I had a lot of oppositions from family, like, look for a job, get a job, get a job.
Girl, I want to hear all about that. So how like, what was the opposition?
It's like, you've done your master's.
Right.
I mean, why aren't you looking for a job? What are you doing? And they see you like posting all this natural stuff, you know, wasting time on the internet, and you know. And but I was focused. I mean, I'll just listen to them like, okay, sawa, I will apply, no problem.
Right.
Yeah. But then I kept on doing what I was doing. But then I'm married, so nobody is really attached to me anymore, you know. And I had a lot of support from my husband.
Wow.
Yes, because actually I would say my husband supports me in this until today. He's the one who is helping us with the products and
Shout
everything.
out. Shout out to him. Amazing. No, that's really amazing.
Yeah, and I'll say, when we came back, he was teaching at a school, in my dad's school, and then I asked him to come and help me. But ever since he came to help me on this side, that's when we started growing.
Really?
Yes.
So you and your husband run this business together?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Does he have any background knowledge or knowledge in like natural hair?
No, I would say he has a knowledge on chemistry.
Okay.
Yes, we all have a knowledge in chemistry, because he did PCM, I did PCB. So I remember there's a time I just instructed him. There was a time I was pregnant, so I knew that I could not do it anymore. I just told him, you do this, 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 and that, and that's it. And he can do it. You know, they say that if you've done engineering, you can do things perfectly. I don't know. There's a way.
So he's also an engineer?
He's an engineer.
I'm taking notes. I'm here taking notes.
He's an engineer, but he's helping us through.
With a business.
Yes.
And I love that. I think this is so inspirational, Brenda.
Okay.
As a young person, I've been in that position. Pressure from family to do what is expected, to fit into the boxes that have been given to us traditionally, you know. My background is actually in science, in medicine, in healthcare. Oh. Yes. Oh. That's all I've been trained in academically. I've never, you know, did communications or anything like that, but the boldness to step out. And what I love about your story is meeting someone who supports your talent, because there's this challenge with, you know, being a career woman, pursuing your purpose. So I love how you guys have made that work.
Thank you.
What else would you say in now practically making the business work. So now you have the products, you have the stores, they're growing. How did you grow it to be to where it is today?
So initially, like I told you, we had that group and I was consulting a lot of people in that group. Later on, a guy followed me and was like, Brenda, can I put your products in my shop and then I do delivery when you get customers? I didn't have a shop by then. He had a shop at the free markets. So I went into the free market and I'll put my box on the floor and I'll just go on internet, and when I have orders, I'll send him to do the orders. And then later, we were growing, and then we felt like we are a bit of a problem to him. So I was like, let me move and get a space. And then we moved and got a space, but I was a bit scared to go into that space because it was too big. My mind was like, no, I need the small space that we had down there.
Right.
Imagine, it was very small. And we now have like 30 square meters, and I'm like, no, this is too big for me. I can't, and I had this fear. I was crying a lot, like, I can't go into this space.
Wow.
But we moved into that space
Wow.
later.
You were crying because of
fear.
Wow.
It was just fear, really. But then after we moved in, we put a sink, and then we started selling the products, and everything was working. Now, when I was in that shop, those ladies I used to encourage and inspire on the group, they always came in to help.
Wow.
Mind you, we didn't have like a business plan.
Yeah.
When you open the shop, you'll do style 1, style 2, style 3, style 4. No, not at all. So they'll come in from work. There was a lady, she was an accountant. Today she's our accountant actually. So she left work and came to flat twist natural hair. After work, every day she'll be there. There's a lady, she used to come from university and she'll do natural hair as well.
Wow.
She'll help us and show us a lot of things that we could do. They were doing it like voluntarily.
At the time?
At the time.
They were volunteering, you were not paying them anything?
I was paying them actually.
Okay.
So there's a way we're doing it, like after you work out, kind of.
So there's a particular thing I also realized that your slogan is very interesting.
Okay.
HATUCHANI NYWELE. Could you tell us more about that?
Well, with HATUCHANI NYWELE, when we opened our first store in Darfur Market, ground floor, people will come in and ask us, because what do you do? We are like, well, here we do hair, but HATUCHANI NYWELE. And that was the only thing that could make us different, because the setting was never like in any other salon in Tanzania.
Right.
It was just purely white with wood stuff. And then you get there, you don't see dryers, you don't see... It was just a bit of strange.
It was strange compared to the typical salons.
To the typical, setting of any other salon.
Any other salon. And HATUCHANI NYWELE means we don't comb our hair.
Yes, we don't comb our hair. So we ended up saying that, but there was this lady, she came in. Actually, she works in one of the marketing companies in Masaki. And she said, Brenda, do you know that you can brand yourself well with HATUCHANI NYWELE? So I went to Instagram and I changed and I wrote HATUCHANI NYWELE. And then later we printed a t-shirt and I told this guy, just write HATUCHANI NYWELE on the back. Wow. And that's it. It really helps a lot.
It really has. Actually, I remember more the slogan even, HATUCHANI NYWELE, and it's like, we don't comb our hair, why? So what are some of the, now let's get more technical with the natural hair.
Yes.
I need that consultation. So first of all, I need to know, someone even like me or other people who are watching, give me basic things on hair care for natural hair.
Okay. So first is wash. Make sure you wash your hair weekly or twice a month. Very important. Okay. Because good, healthy hair needs clean hair.
Healthy hair needs a clean scalp.
Yes.
Very nice.
If you don't have a clean scalp, you struggle a lot with your hair. And then apart from that, steaming. Steaming is like your hair food. Okay. So the treatments. Yes, the deep treatment. Sometimes you ask a customer, have you ever steamed your hair or deep conditioned your hair? It's like, what is that? And what do you style? I do like extensions for like 6 months or 3 months without deep treatments. Deep treatments. Gosh, so you see, with deep treatments, they help with your internal hair moisture or with your internal protein to make it more firm and more moisturized. The minute you don't do that and you're kind of covering your hair every time, your hair is not breathing at all. So it's not healthy in the end of the day. So sometimes you find your hair is very weak, it's thin. It's just because you're not doing your treatments well.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, I know other people who have the very thick, kinky-like hair.
Okay.
How do you help them? I have someone I know who tells me, oh, I hate to have my natural hair out because it's so hard to handle. What do you have to say for those people?
With those ones, I would say use moisturizing products that can kind of weigh your hair so that your hair is easily managed.
Okay.
So we have like a product called intensive hydrating hair cream because it kind of detangles the hair and kind of makes the hair more soft and manageable.
Very nice.
Yes.
So more of like just
moisturizing products,
products.
avocado.
Oh. And I think what I'm picking up from you is, first of all, to know your hair, because it's very clear that each hair type needs a different type of care. Are there certain amounts of like different hair types? What are the different hair types then?
We have the kinky. In Africa mostly it's kinky, and then you have type 3C hair, which is it's kind of curly.
Okay.
Yes. But we have 4A, 4B, 4C. 4C kipilipili or 4Z. Some people call it that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And what maybe just tell us about the services that you guys offer at Natural Desire.
So we do hair consultation. It's free. Anyone can get hair consultation at Natural Desire. We also do washing services, hair treatments.
Okay.
We have moisture treatments, we have protein treatments, and then we do pre-poo. Yes. And then we do trimming to make the hair more healthy and with a lot of volume. And then we also do natural hairstyles like fake twists, finger coils, threading, African threading.
Wow. And all of this using natural products that you have created and formulated.
Yes, using natural
Girl, you are transforming women.
I know.
Really, it's inspirational.
You know, I would say once you focus on the thing that you feel like it's your passion, there's a way that God brings in some creativity. So I'll say one day, you know, we now do fake twists. So fake twists came through Natural Desire, and it's all over now in Tanzania.
Wow.
Everyone is doing fake twists, yes, I'll say that. So I remember it came through, there was a lady who did my hair, she kind of threaded it and left. And I wanted something like that. And I called this other lady, I'm like, can you do my hair this way?
Yeah.
She didn't understand what I wanted. But later, customers found it like a style.
Yeah.
But we told them, this is just a style to make your hair curly.
Yeah.
But after that, they're like, no, I'll just have this, I'll have
keep
this
it
hair
like
for 4 weeks, 3 weeks. And then it became a style. And later it turned into threading.
Yeah.
Where now we have fake twist threaded.
Wow. So what does the future of Natural Desire look like?
Well, the future is exciting, I would say.
Awesome.
Because we expect to open more natural hair services or salons in Tanzania.
Very nice.
But apart from that, we expect to do other things like making natural products, not natural hair products.
Okay.
Just natural products, whether it's food or other things.
Wow.
Yes, apart from hair.
Wow. So it's a whole natural movement.
Yes.
With other products, food and other hair products. That's
Absolutely.
amazing.
Yes.
What do you think Africa needs in terms of our natural identity as women? What can we do to change this mindset?
Well, I think we need to change the mindset from schools.
So what are you guys doing in schools right now?
We're expecting to go to schools and give hair education.
Wow.
5 or 10 minutes or 20 minutes, depending on what they give us.
As a woman, you're a successful woman, you have a successful business. What is the secret to your success? There are a lot of women who are being inspired by you. So maybe if you can inspire us and just tell us, what's your journey been like as a businesswoman? What's your journey been like? You're a mother, your wife. How are you balancing all that, and what's the secret to your success?
So having the right people, praying a lot, where you can.
Yeah.
Every time you have new people coming into your business, you have new staff members coming into your business, you need to pray for those people. Yes, so that they are on the right vision with you. Otherwise, they can kind of sway your vision.
Right. So please look at the camera, and one thing that you can tell people about natural hair, and especially to African women.
So if you're natural out there, I would say love yourself, be patient, and Always focus on your natural beauty.
Founder and CEO of Natural Desire. She's transforming the identity of African women, impacting Tanzania. She has stores across the country. She has 75 people working for her. In 3 years, she's been able to run a successful natural hair business. And really, it's a healing clinic.
Yeah.
That's what I would call it, a natural hair healing clinic. So I've been inspired. I've been schooled. I've been challenged, and I've taken my take home from you.
Okay.
That one, it's possible, and then two, focus and make it happen.
Sure.
So this is what we do on Life Happens with Bahati Joyce. We're always taking life head on, and we're making it happen, bringing you the best of Africa. Stay tuned with us for more exciting stories.